I said forget the timer. I just kicked it off. What's going on? I got Tennessee flatbedder over there. How's
What's
it
up,
going, brother?
everybody?
How you been?
I've been good.
Those female students killing you yet?
No, my Cuban female, she's struggling, but she's starting to pick it up.
She'll get it. She
Yeah.
seems like she's has the wants to do this and the desire.
Oh yeah.
Well, we got a lot of chat in here right now. It looks like Sam was the first one in here. And then Hans, we see Pegleg says, "What's up?" Blitz Weeks, hate Blitz Week. There you go. My question is, have you ever had a moment you wanted to quit? What prevented you from doing so? I had a fleet manager that drove me nuts, and I was like, I want to quit because he was freaking, he was a thorn in my side, and I said, you know what? It's gonna be me or him, and like, why let him win? So I was like, you know what? My goal is to get rid of him, and it happened. How about you?
Yeah, I was struggling for a while to be homesick, and then the money said, "This is worth it." So,
Money kept you here, huh?
oh yeah. Plus a good old lady.
Yeah, I can't lie about that. Is it worth getting into trucking at this point? Honestly, everything is going on, and the projection of it getting worse should we enter this field of work? You know what? I'm going to tell you right now that entering trucking at any time is going to be good because whenever a lot of people are losing their jobs, like what happened whenever COVID happened, people were losing their jobs. They didn't have work, but you know what they were doing? They were telling us, "Hey, you truckers, you start being outlaws." That's why Tennessee Flatbed got all those tattoos over there, is because he was like, "Oh, y'all are gonna let me be an outlaw?" He just started tatting his arm up. But yeah, I think that the job security in trucking is pretty good, if you ask me. I think that it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't see it dying down anytime soon. This country we got needs truckers. We need to get that freight moved. There's nobody else that's going to stock the stores or groceries or deliver the materials to the work sites. It's just us truckers that's doing it.
All right, Blitz Week, man. I hope everybody survived Blitz Week. I've heard of the horror stories this week. I got a lot of good information on the horror stories. And like one of the things that I keep hearing over and over and over is that your protection valves have to say truck and trailer on them. I'm like,
well, I'm covered on that one.
That's the biggest thing that they were getting to. That's the biggest complaint I heard. And I saw some pictures on Facebook where they found drugs during Blitz Week, and they found guns and stuff like that. I mean, like crazy stuff. What is Blitz Week, Thomas?
Where DOT tries to pull over anybody and everybody for little things. So it's just their way of cracking down and saying, "Hey, we're still here."
So pretty much it's just whenever they want to come and check out our trucks and make sure that we're safe, they take a whole week to just make sure that they have safe trucks out there. Well, Texas and Tennessee being represented now. Texas,
Tennessee.
Captain Caveman starts orientation Monday in Springfield. That's whenever I'm going to be out of town too. Like, I think that's the week I go out of town. Let me see. I got to look at my trusty calendar over here. Why's my calendar in June? Okay, there we go. So no, I'll actually be here that week, but after that, I'm going out of town. So the week after that. So I had two guys test today, and unfortunately one didn't make it. One passed, one trifecta, and one did not make it through the whole test with a trifecta. You know, and it happens. It happens. I think one of his biggest problems is that he wants to be PDL so freaking bad that he's trying super hard and he's just kind of messing up because of it. As for his test today, I don't know. He asked for alley doc. He said, "Man, I hope I get an alley doc because I'm a beast at it." And I say, "Man, okay. Hopefully you get an alley doc." And what happened, Thomas? He didn't make it, did he?
Yeah, no. He kept doing wrong decisions on his pull-ups to begin with. He wanted it too bad, and he was thinking about another, like, the next portion of the test instead of worrying about what he was doing right then and there. And that's a lot of what students have problems with, is they're too concerned about tomorrow and not worrying about today, is what I always say.
51 Logistics says, "Hey, Big D, out on my 30K now in California, heading to Michigan in the morning. Just came from Michigan to California." Hey, real quick, if you can't answer this, please let us know. What was your wait on getting a TNT trainer if you haven't been on your 30K for a while? Let me know how long it took. I'm always curious. I hear people saying 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I had a student that already got one like the week after he tests. I'm kind of curious what the average wait is. I love Nevada. Blitz week ain't over. Oh, I thought Blitz week was already over. Tennessee flatbedder knows what no means.
It was one of my students that failed his alley doc twice, and when he finally mentioned where he was failed the last time, he said, no, I was over here, and so it just stuck with him.
Oh. No, I was over here. I wasn't over there. Yes, if I was over there, I would have passed, but no, I'm over there, so I did not pass. Something like that. I test this weekend. Chris, what terminal are you testing at? Brother man, I would say good luck, but I'm pretty sure that you got this. You're testing this weekend. I got to retest. I got my guy retesting on Saturday. So if you're testing here in Springfield on Saturday, you might see me. Got to relax during testing. And that's so true, but it's so hard to do because you're just amped up. You are amped up and you are stressed out and you are just like, "Oh my gosh, this is a test." It's really hard to do. I don't know. What do you think, Thomas?
Yeah, I get a lot of them. Always struggling on relaxing, and I always tell them just treat it as we are playing on the pad the day before, and they tend to kind of calm down after that. But the way I do the day before pre-test with them, they kind of get all them nerves out right then and there because they hear the whistle for the first time with me.
Yeah, I was out there whenever your students were taking their little mini test before the real thing today, and you could tell a complete difference. So what Tennessee did today is he ran them through the maneuvers and told them what their score was, and they were pulling up a lot. One of them hit a couple lines and stuff like that. They were getting points, bottom line, and they were taking a while doing it. And then he tells them, hey, do it again. But this time we're not doing it as a test. Just get in there and do the maneuvers. And then they were nailing it. So he gave them some good advice today. And he told them, hey, man, you were stressed out because you knew it was a test. But what happened next is I ran you through the maneuver again, the same one that you were kind of having problems with. And you did completely great in it. Like, you did awesome in it. That's how you need to come into your test. And that is so true. Like, don't get into your head so much that you're gonna fail. I mean, that's what's gonna happen. You gotta treat it like every other day. Soon as his students did that, and they're all like, you know what? You're right, man. We're just gonna put it in there, like put it in the spot. Boom. They did awesome. Did great. Oh, more is starts on Monday in Springfield. Also have a CDLP permit. I don't know, Thomas. I think that, like, what you told, like having them do it again was good because they got to see what it was like to do it with no stress instead of being like stressed out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I do that with all my students every day before test day. I only have a few that that let that red shirt get to them, and those are the ones that struggle with even trying to do my test. And when I say, all right, relax, do it again, we'll see if you can redeem that, and they still kind of start freaking out on it. And so, I mean, not all my students.
That red shirt-itis.
Yeah. And then now I got to the point where I start telling them, hey, it's just another person keeping score. It's just like Daniel standing there or Justin standing there instead of me. So
exactly. Pegleg wants to know if Zane got his ice cream. Oh yeah. Took a picture of it. Hans he liked that guy. He said, I like that guy. Or he said, that guy I like, I think, whenever he got his ice cream. He was super excited about getting his ice cream.
Chris said he's going to be tested in Springfield.
Ooh, golly, I'm still way behind.
I'm just catching it to see it. So,
have you seen Chris out there on the pad?
No, I don't know. Chris, who's your trainer?
Yeah, Chris, who's your trainer? Rogret, I don't know what that says. 0834, I can read that. So here's a question for you. What do you experienced truck drivers mean when they say time management is really important? Can you give me an example? Go flatbedder.
Well, what time you got to be there? You know, you have to be at a certain spot, like when you're going to take your rest or fuel. You know when to need to leave early. Basically, know what city you're going to hit first. If you're going to hit in the morning, you're going to worry about morning traffic. So you want to leave earlier if you can to get there a lot earlier so you can beat all that traffic. I mean, there's different explanations for time management.
Yeah, I think, like, to me, time management is like how much can I get done in the amount of time of the day I have. Like, it's a 24-hour day. You take so many hours and you're running, then you have a 10-hour break. You want to get a shower, you want to eat, you might want to do laundry. You got to really, really micromanage your time. Like, if I go take a shower, I might throw my laundry in the washer, turn that thing on. By the time I get out of my shower, I'll throw my stuff in the dryer, go get me something to eat, then come back out, get my stuff out of the dryer, and then boom, off to the truck to go to bed. If it all works out perfectly, then, like, it's great. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the dryer and stuff. So just really manage your time to the best. Question for Tennessee. When you test your students, do you test them on a flatbed trailer or a box trailer?
I test all my students on what they trained with. I am currently using a 53-foot flatbed. So if they're going to train on it, they're going to test with it. They use my truck, that trailer. The only time they ever test again in another vehicle is if I have to have Daniel or Justin retest for me because I'm out on a load. Then they use their truck, but hopefully they get to practice the day before in their truck to see how their truck operates.
Yeah, the way that Mr. Tennessee Flatbedder trains is he tells them to watch the back of the trailer. Realistically, he can leave a student with me and I can throw them on a reefer and they can back that sucker in there. And because they watch the back of the trailer and they know how to back. So, there's a certain YouTuber out there that just got 100,000 subscribers that says that we cannot teach students real world stuff on the pad. I beg to differ.
Okay,
I'm just saying, like, the way we teach our students can back a flatbed, they can back a reefer, they can back it in a spot over there without our help. Like,
out here, please.
Plain and simple.
Like literally out here.
It's not hard to switch one of our students to flatbed or to reefer or probably even tanker. It wouldn't be that hard.
Other bit for me.
What's going on, Nick? On said he failed his first test, kept using one hand on the steering wheel instead of two. Yeah, that's not good. And, it doesn't matter if you pass. Hi, Christina. Hey,
I know. Sorry.
No, you're fine. We just wanted to say hi.
Are you all being behaved?
We're trying.
Yes, we're being very good.
Do you like my hair? Is it bright enough?
Yeah, I like it. My favorite color is red.
It's pink.
It's pink.
It's magenta.
Or magenta.
Pour some red dye in her shampoo to prove me right that it's red. Just drop some droplets in there. Like, I'll be happy. We'll make it red. But yeah, I mean, people worry about failing that test and they're all like, man, I can't believe I fell. And they're beating themselves up. When realistically, who's ever going to ask you how many times you took that test? Is it going to be on your job application? Some of our best drivers out there, they failed the test once or twice. It's no big deal.
But I had a student test. He got 21 points on the road test with one-hand steering.
That's a lot of points.
He's the record holder with me right now. I keep telling all my other students, don't be the record holder.
I had a guy get 29 points on the test. If he would have got one more, he would have failed.
Mm-hmm.
John Callahan was super pissed off, spitting his tobacco in the trash can. He was in the testing room with the trash can and just spitting his tobacco in there. He's all, Pwah, I should have failed this guy. Pwah, that guy's a horrible driver. Pwah, he's going to kill somebody. He gets in his can, gets another big old dip. Pwah, he's going to kill somebody. I'm all like, dude, like I made him the best I could, man. He was just nervous for his test. Nick says, you in Tennessee going to be at the party on the 30th. What party?
Yeah, what party? Turn that down.
Oh, I think he's talking about the Christmas party in June or whatever. The late Christmas party. I don't know. I could be there. I might not be there. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm going to be there or not.
Sam says, got pulled over by DOT. He come up to the window and said, papers. I said, rock, I win. And drove off. Paper covers rock, buddy. You should have said scissors. Yeah, you don't want to say rock if he said paper. Like, you want to say scissors. Then you win. Brian Walton says, what's up, Twisted in Tennessee? Awesome. Thanks for the answer. See, and that's why we do this, is it's like an open forum. Ask us what you want, and you can get a straight up answer or the best answer we can give you. Like, we don't play around on here. If you want to know it, ask it. We're going to let you know best we can. John Fabrizi. We practice at 11 at night. Okay, I have no idea who that is, but 11
Yeah,
at night sounds wonderful.
yeah, I have no clue who that is either.
Brian Watson says, from what I hear, California is a bad state to drive through. People say it could take your 11-hour clock to go 74 miles. Is that true? What you think?
I stay my butt out of California since TNT, so
I had to drive 15 miles one day. And it took me 5 hours to drive 15 miles, and I was late. The speed limit is 55 in the whole state.
yes.
A lot of inspections, stops, wait stations, traffic, and etc. I've driven through California several times. It's not true in my experience. The legal speed limit for all trucks is 55 miles per hour in the entire state. Yeah, the speed limit on the top speed in a truck in any vehicle pulling a trailer is going to be 55 miles per hour. You know, that's just the rules in California. Look who we have here. Well, I don't know if he has his mic on yet.
What's going on?
Look who jumped in.
What's going on,
you guys
brother?
Got me?
Primetime Fitz just jumped in. What you think about the speed limit over there in California?
I like it because we can actually act like outlaws and go faster.
Yeah.
We can actually pass people.
That's right. Prime can do the speed limit in California. What you know about that?
Nobody knows anything about that. Hold on. Oh, 1 second. I'm trying to get the better connection here. Hold on. Give me a minute.
It's all good, brother. Take your time. Do what you need to do. Before you
There we
accept
go. I
the
think
loan,
you
make
guys
sure
should have me
that you
better
get
now.
hours to make the. Yeah, and Hans is right. Whenever you get a load, make sure that you figure up your hours, manage your time. Like, do I need a 10-hour break? How many 10-hour breaks am I going to need? Can I drive 8 hours? Do I need to drive 9 hours today? You know, so it's very good to manage your clocks. Primetime Fitz, are you going to the Christmas party this year?
I mean, the late Christmas party?
Yeah.
The one that's in May, which I thought they should have done it in July. I mean, it feels a lot better with it being, Christmas in July as opposed to like Christmas in May. I mean, maybe we're going to start our own trend. But yeah, I probably plan on going. It's going to be like one of the first big parties that we've actually had since
COVID.
Exactly, since COVID reared its ugly head. And also,
Well, I think they had the Highway Diamonds,
like prime parties are like the best parties to go to. Like Robert spares no expense when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, and he takes care of us, like, man, and he's right. Those parties, like, it's gonna probably have an open bar. There's gonna be an ice sculpture in the middle of the table. I mean, we're taken care of at those parties.
The thing is that usually there's that bad stigma that at least one person loses their job at a prime party.
I've heard that, but I've never seen it.
Oh, I've seen it. Every big event we've had, at least somebody ended up not having a job.
But is that in-house or drivers?
No, that's in the 9 times out of 10 it ends up being drivers. Where it's like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and have all these drinks. Oh wait, you're attached to a load? Like, oh, not so good.
Hey, can you explain to me what is the average weight right now between PSD and TNT? Because I'm hearing a lot of different stuff.
You're talking about for people waiting to get a TNT?
Yes.
Let's see. I know that the weight has actually gone down. We've actually, we've actually got it down to where we actually had this last instructor's class. We actually had people waiting for TNTs. So we've actually got our numbers down quite a bit now. So
Okay, because on Tuesday there was a guy telling me that they told him it was going to be a 2-month wait for a TNT trainer, and I was like, "There's no way it's going to be a 2-month wait." I think you meant like maybe a 2-week
that's what
wait.
I'm thinking, more like a 2-week deal. Like, because well, the thing about it is too is that you have the weight can vary, and the thing is, what people and what a lot of students don't understand is it's not the fact that they're waiting for a trainer to become available; they're waiting for a compatible trainer to become available. Because Prime really relies on the whole that whole personality survey that everybody takes. So I've seen students get picked up in a day. I've seen some students end up having to wait a couple weeks. It just depends, because the thing is, Prime wants to put you in a truck that you're compatible with the person that's on the truck. They don't want to put two people that aren't compatible, and then like 30, 45 minutes down the road, that trainer comes back and is like, yo, I can't deal with this dude. I put him off the side of the road. Give me another one.
Yeah. And I just had a guy that he took his test, and like 2 days or 3 days later, he already had a TNT trainer. So I mean, I know the wait is not as long as people are making it sound to be. Thomas, what's your experience on your students having to wait a while? Is it long times or?
Some of them had to wait a long time, and then we had that little freeze with students for a minute, and then all of our flatbed TNTs got caught up. So some of them were getting calls before they were put on the test. What's going on, Kenzie? And then
Kiersey.
or Kiersey.
She got so many different names now.
Yeah, hi Kiersey. Kiersey's back to training, guys. Did y'all know that?
Yes, she is.
She is back to our well, she was training on TNT. She's back to being one of these instructors. So it's good to see her back. I seen her the other day and I said, "Why do you only got 2 students? Where's your other 2?"
Oh.
She's a great instructor. I
And
believe that.
author.
Do what?
And author. Remember that.
And yeah, and Arthur, from what I found out the other night, last Friday, I found out.
Oh, and by the way, if Kiersey, we got to try to get a, hookup on one of those books. I got a friend of mine who's a, big like a big historian whenever it came to the Zodiac, so I know that they would really love that book. So hit me up.
Truck stop food, for the most part, is unhealthy eating. I cook whenever I'm over the road. I cook a lot of my food and I eat sandwiches and stuff like that. I go to the grocery store, buy me a bunch of stuff, put it in my refrigerator and in my cabinets, and eat on the truck most of the time.
And I do the same. I go to Walmart before I head out, and then stock up my freezer with food, and then I cook it in the microwave. I don't eat that truck stop. It's a waste of money, some of it.
I kind of do a mixture of both. There's sometimes that I'll cook, but then there's also sometimes that after the end of the day, you kind of want to get out of the truck. You kind of want to go have a seat somewhere. Now, like the truck stops, like TA and Petro, like yeah, you do have Iron Skillet or Country Pride, but the thing about it is too is like there's also a salad bar in a lot of those places too. It's all about how you choose what you eat as opposed to just having bad truck stop food. If you're
Yeah.
just having hot dogs and corn dogs and just taking things off the roller, then yeah. But if you're actually like looking at what you eat, a lot of truck stops now have a lot of really smarter options than what they used to.
I'm not ever touching that roller food, man. I worked at a 7-Eleven and I know that stuff sat on there my entire shift. I was all like, oh man, I was supposed to switch out the roller food. I was like, the next guy will do it. So I'm not eating
I'm
roller
good
food.
with it. I ain't messed my stomach up yet. Denny's has messed up my stomach more than roller food has.
You guys are so shocked I can write. Kiersey, I can write too if you bring me if somebody can spell check for me, I could write something
I was
too.
about to say the same thing for me.
Well,
I
I
have
don't
to
think
have
it's the
somebody
fact that
proofread it first.
I don't think it's the fact that everybody is so like shocked that she can write. You don't think of like with a truck driver being a writer, you know what I mean? You don't think of a truck driver really being an author. So I mean, like it's just it's more so of people have taken back just because of the situation in which surrounds your job.
Yeah. Have y'all seen this guy talks about the deli cooler when he's at the truck stops, gets sandwich and a salad. Have y'all seen that the Subways are now putting like at the Loves, they're making sandwiches and wrapping them and putting them in the deli coolers too?
Yep, they do it daily, almost.
Yeah, I did not know that till the other day.
Well, let's be honest, we don't go out as much as other people do.
That's true. I know I'm trying to get a Duplo run on Sunday, and like I haven't heard nothing yet.
I got an Ochelada run on Saturday, so I'll be heading out there and coming back.
Well, I'm headed to Chicago on Monday and delivering on Wednesday and Kansas City this time.
Dang, even further away.
Oh, closer actually. It's closer than St. Joe.
Is it?
Yeah, 50 miles closer.
It's a heck of a lot closer than Alabama.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but our Alabama runs, we make it there, get loaded that night, and back the next day.
Right. Well,
Going up
because everything is preloaded. Everything is just like everything's set up. You know what I mean?
No, they
No
still
really
live
downtime.
load me, and I still got to tarp it. I'm just able to get there, get loaded that night instead of because Chicago, they actually quit at 5. So I'm getting to Chicago by 5. So I have to wait till the next morning to get loaded.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. There's less downtime.
Going to Alabama, there is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's less downtime going to Alabama than what there is going to Chicago, or like because everything is basically it's like, hey, it's scheduled, it's boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, because Alabama, I can get down there and get back. Chicago, I'm out 2 nights versus just 1. So,
right. You guys hear about this crazy snowstorm that Denver is supposed to have?
No.
Yeah, I did too. Like I was all like, I cannot believe that.
Yeah, like to between I believe like now and 24 hours, they're supposed to have a 50-degree drop. And just outside of Denver, they're supposed to be having up to 13 inches. I know in the Denver metro itself, they're talking about 4 to 5 inches.
Well, I believe it. Hell, in July, we went out to Four Corners, Colorado, and on our way back over Wolf Creek Pass, we were dumped with 2 foot of snow. So, in July.
Well, the thing about it too is with all this snow, though, I doubt a lot of it's going to stick, though. Because, I mean, right now you're really warm over there in Denver. I doubt it's really going to stick. So that's like the best situation you really want.
Oh, yeah.
What's a good time during the day at rest areas to be able to find spots for the evening?
Depending on where you're at.
Yeah, depending on what area you're in, when you're able to stop and actually stop.
Outside of a major metro area, you might want to be shut down if you're going to use a rest area. You might want to be shut down at least by 1700.
Yeah, you have to before 5 pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
I think. What's a good time? My bad, I clicked this one. Twisted, Tennessee, and Fitz, can y'all tell me what type of load securements you use? Go for it first. We'll get the biggest one out of the way. So go for it, Tennessee flatbedder.
The biggest load securements, it'd be my 4-inch straps. What I use lately. I haven't used chains in a while.
So what types? Chains, straps, bungees, tarp.
Yeah, chain stripe. Yeah, well, it's chains and straps. tarps and bungees don't hold a load.
They hold it in.
They just cover it so they don't get wet or that road grime on it.
I'm not hearing your racism. It still holds the tarp down somewhat or keeps it from flapping.
Whenever y'all haul those onions, it keeps all the skins inside.
I don't haul onions. I refuse those.
There was one of those leaving the terminal today.
Yep, there's been quite a few here lately. Oh, I want to get Tennessee's perspective on this. There was a photo that was put out today that we have on the south lot, or as you guys know where I'm talking about. There's two or three lightweights that they put headache racks on.
Yeah, I'm the first to hearing of that. I know we have a lightweight. Where did I see that at? Indiana, we've got a pipe place out there to ship conduit. We got lightweights out there that do. No, we have day cabs out there. Matter of fact, that I'm thinking
Right.
about.
These were actual lightweights. These are down on the south lot that have headache racks on them. So there's a lot of company drivers that are getting kind of scared on some of these flatbed forums that are thinking that they're going to be forced into doing a flatbed loads in a lightweight.
I mean, to me, it wouldn't be feasible because the shipper's not going to put more on you unless you go to certain lumber yards that try to push as much as you can haul. But every place else, they're not going to load more than 18 bundles of shingles on that trailer just for a lightweight to pick it up.
Do you think it's because of the more weight capacity, or do you think that they're trying to push the fuel efficiency since we're in such a fuel crisis right now?
Now that you said that, it probably could be fuel, but it'd be for these newer drivers coming in.
Right. You're hoping it's going to be for the new drivers coming in.
Listen to you. You're all Mr. Seniority over there. You ain't putting me in a lightweight. Give it to those new drivers.
He's like, I ain't doing it. You're going to get a call tomorrow. Hey, we need you to turn that truck in. We got a lightweight for you.
Yeah. I'll tell my fleet manager that he can kiss somewhere he don't want to.
How do you like the Midwest regional route, and do you get less miles weekly on it? I'm not on it yet, and I'm pretty sure it would be less miles. I actually don't think that they're actually going to push that through after all. What you think on the Midwest regional for us reefer guys, Sean?
I think that they'll end up pushing it. They have to. That's because they have to be able to, as you guys well know, they got to be able to show like the revenue that's on these trucks, and that's the best option for us. Because I mean, the way that everything would work, it honestly would not only would it benefit the company side, but it would also benefit the lease side as well, and it gets a lot of the students to where they end up doing better runs and everything like that. And I think it'll work out great if we actually have loads that we only pick up from a certain area. Oh, look, we made Tennessee a little bored.
No, I went empty.
So trucking along, Kiersey says she stops 50. I guess that's for the rest areas. She says she stops 50 miles away from a city, and Han said that's why he drives nights only, so he can have parking during the day. My bad. I wanted to get
doing 30-minute breaks at night. You ain't even gonna find a place to park.
Dude, everybody knows that's what they make fuel bays for, is nighttime drivers to take a 30-minute break.
Why are you putting that stuff out? I mean, you gonna put a bad name to Prime that's not already out there.
Bro, everybody takes – dude, I don't care. Night drivers, if you need a 30-minute break, you're taking it in the fuel bay.
You're living up to that prime reputation of park right in the middle of everything.
Exactly. If it's at night and the truck stops full, what you want me to do? Where do you take your 30-minute break in the middle of the night in a busy town?
See, we're still making Tennessee bored. He can't comment on any of this stuff because he knows a flatbed don't really run at night.
Dude, there's solar
Yeah, 'cause
power,
we're gonna
man.
shut down before 5.
See, and they call us spoiled.
No, we're just smart.
I shared you out. Gotta go. Have a great night. See you guys tomorrow. Later, Kiersey. Have a good night.
Deuces.
I got a habit now counting how many times I get the bird when you're getting past. Also, mean mug.
Oh yeah, that comes with having that Prime logo on the side of your truck.
Man, my student was driving too slow the other day in St. Louis. Get this. He was driving too slow in St. Louis, right? And I'm all like, dude, the speed limit right through here is like 70. And you're over here doing like 43, man. You need to pick it up. Like at least do 45. So the super trucker, he's honking at us. He finally gets up beside us. And I was all like, he's gonna flip us off. He's still honking at us. I look at him and I smile and wave at him. All right. And I guess that made him even more mad because he grabbed this 20-ounce bottle of Dr. Pepper and went boom and hit the side of my truck, like hit the driver window. It went bam. I was like, holy cow. And I told my student, I said, that's all your fault because you're doing 43 in a 65 and like we're going downhill. Like get off the brake pedal, man. Do a safe speed. It was nuts.
Are we sure that it was Dr. Pepper?
I don't. Well, yeah, it looked like it wasn't yellow. Like it wasn't.
Maybe he was really dehydrated.
Yeah, I think he got so mad that I smiled and waved at him that he was all like, "I'm throwing this at this truck window."
I mean, I very rarely have seen people like waste a good soda. There's probably something else in there.
I don't know. Maybe it was flat. Maybe he hit too many bumps and it was flat or something.
It definitely is flat now.
Yeah, flat against the truck.
Flat on the road.
Have any of y'all experienced diesel shortage yet? No, Prime has full tanks every time I go through there to get fuel through the outbound. How about you guys?
Everywhere I fueled up, it's been plenty of fuel. I mean, but that's in Illinois, so.
But you got to look at it whenever it comes to this whole fuel shortage deal, is that the owner operators and the guys that are actually running under their own authority, these are the guys that are going to be taking the brunt of this whole deal. Prime already has a lot of these contracts and everything like that to where basically our fuel prices set at any of the major merchants that we go to get our fuel. So, and we've been seeing this in a lot of the Facebook deals that Prime, that some of the drivers think that because this fuel surcharge is going up, that they're adjusting the line haul, and that's really not the case. That's not what's happening. That fuel surcharge actually ends up benefiting a lot of the Prime drivers because we ended up paying, I say we, but I don't pay for my fuel, but the lease operators, they end up paying well below the country national average right now.
Yep, I'm on here, so you're gonna talk funny now.
Hey, I'm doing like multiple things at once. Like usually, like because I'm having something to eat and trying to talk, and you know how I like food, so I have one like a
You know how I like food.
track mind style.
Get in my belly.
Exactly.
Throw truck keys and hold my beer. Throw me truck keys and hold my beer. I'll show you speed. That's what Timothy says.
See,
Not
this
a Prime truck.
See,
Kenworth
Tim,
was
this is
over there in
why
the
that you
Arbordale
ain't coming
yard.
out here and driving. You saying hold the beer, which means you already been drinking, fool.
Oh, I
Stay in
didn't even
Vegas.
notice that. No
Vegas.
holding beers and giving anyone the keys. You know what? I got a question for you, Primetime Fits, because I always get this messed up. So the veterans program that Prime kind of implements, is you have to do, instead of a year contract, you do a 9-month contract. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. What other benefits besides that do you get as being a veteran here at Prime?
So being a veteran here at Prime, one, you have the benefit of working for a veteran-owned company. Robert is an ex-Marine. Our executive vice president of sales, Steve Wicke, was also an Army veteran as well. Number two, you do have a 9-month contract instead of a 12-month contract, to where you can leave basically debt-free at 9 months as opposed to 12. You do end up getting veteran stickers, free veteran patches for your jacket, that kind of deal. We're actually in the process right now of trying to implement to where the veterans can actually get their Montgomery or their GI Bill benefits. So they'll be able to pull their GI Bill benefits while they're actually in training. I believe the requirement is actually up to a year, to where they could actually end up getting the extra money of the benefits of what we fought for. We can get that during our first year. But that's not implemented yet. There's still some people that are on the pilot program. So that should be coming here at a later date.
Okay. So we got patches, we got a shorter contract. It's a veteran-owned company, so I'm pretty sure that like a lot of the veterans have a lot more respect working for a veteran-owned company than any other company. And Kenworth right here says he's on the 9-month contract also. So hey, thank you for your service. I did not know you were in the service, Kenworth.
There you go.
I was a
Kenworth
civilian.
Rider's going to be upset whenever they put him in a Freightliner.
Do what? What did he say about a Freightliner?
I said Kenworth Rider's going to be real upset when they put him in a Freightliner.
They're going to put him in an international because he's going company.
Oh,
that's some cuss words right there.
Could you imagine him being Kenworth Rider? Prime Gate, he could do his first video. It's my first video. I'm Kenworth Rider, and I drive an international. We are on our way to the shop already.
Yeah, more so International Parker.
International Parker. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I didn't know about the top brass at Prime.
Yep. Yeah, Robert. Actually, as a matter of fact, we have a lot of veterans that actually work here at Prime. I've seen more veterans in this job than what I actually did at my previous job with law enforcement, and that is normally where a lot of veterans end up going out after the service, is going in law enforcement. We got more vets here, like I would even say 4 or 5 times as many as what I did in the previous job.
Kenworth Rider says that he is a 21-year retired.
Oh man, he stayed in for the long haul.
He doesn't even look like he's old enough to be 21 years retired. I thought the guy was probably like, man, whenever I met him, I thought that he was probably the same age as me. He looks about 37, 38. You know, I thought he was the same age as me.
Well, you think about this. If you joined at 18, or sometimes you can join at 17, as long as you had graduated high school, you figure 18 and then 21 years from there, you have a full-on retirement, and you're really not that deep into your 40s. You're not even really, I wouldn't even consider middle age yet.
That would make you 39, right?
Yeah, 39, depending on whenever you started.
So I guess he can be around that age and be 21 years.
We forget how old we actually are.
Bro, I am super old, man.
I'm not old. I'm only as old as you feel.
Hey, that's not what your photo says.
Prime time's
gray hairs in that beard.
Prime time's like 22.
Exactly. That's why I'm not changing the picture. See, it's just that one right there. That'll always be the picture. That's how everyone's gonna end up knowing how old I am. That's gonna be based on that.
And then when they finally meet you, they see all the, well, I can't say gray hair.
Exactly. There's no hair. Well, it's like, well, there's hair, but there's that long flowing mohawk.
Jeffrey says 9-month veteran benefit was something that that influenced my decision to pursue Prime.
Yep. I didn't even know about it till I got here.
Kenworth Ryder was 17 whenever he joined, and he's 55. Kenworth Ryder, you did not look 55. Sean, Primetime Fitz, did you meet him?
I don't think I met him.
He was on Joe Wells' truck.
No.
I don't think I met him.
Oh, man. He was pretty cool. I met him. I was there whenever he passed his test, or I seen him come back from the drive from passing his test, and I was like, that's awesome. Super chat is not working today. It's all good, Hans. I'm not tripping.
Hans is trying to give away more ice cream.
But you know that means next live is going to be twice as much.
I had to take him to get some ice cream after dinner. Like straight up, like we had to go get some ice cream right after dinner.
Well, yeah, especially when if you wave ice cream in front of any kid, it's going to be like, oh, we're going to do that now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, especially whenever here's your money for ice cream. What? Money for ice cream? We got to go get it now because I know you ain't going to give it to me later on.
Exactly.
No.
Because he knows Dad's going to squirrel.
Yep.
Yeah, I will too. Actually, he gave us $10 for Zane's ice cream, and for all of us, Hans bought all of us ice cream because it came out to like $10 and some change. So I mean, it was like, wow, he bought everyone ice cream.
I'm confused. You said so Zane ate $10 worth of ice cream?
Bro, he needs to. That boy's skinny, man.
Like, how do you eat $10 worth of ice cream? I can't even eat $10 worth of ice cream, and that's just eating Ben and Jerry's.
If you have a permit, how many weeks till you can test out? 14 days after you finish your orientation. Earliest.
14 days from the day, at least, from whenever you get your green badge.
Yeah. Somebody said 4 weeks. No, not 4 weeks. It all really depends on you. If you're picking up the stuff really quick and you're learning really fast, then we're going to get you on that test and test it out sooner. But if you're not getting it and you're struggling, we might be day 15, day 16, day 18, whatever it takes.
The thing about it too is though it's not a set time. It also goes based on that individual instructor. How that individual instructor feels that you're ready to come in and actually take the skills test. So, I mean, there might be some instructors that go really in depth into certain things, and there may be other instructors that are like, hey, this is what's going to get you your license. Let's go ahead and knock this out and go from there.
What types of deals does Prime have for fuel? They have the best one ever. That stuff is free. Every time I go in there, it's free. It's the best deal ever.
It ain't free if you ask your fleet manager.
Oh, okay. Well,
let's go talk to the fleet manager. Let's go ask him if, hey, is this fuel free? He's going to be like, heck no.
I go in the fuel base and I tell the guys, fill it up with that free fuel, and they just fill that sucker up.
You're going to start saying free fuel on here. They're going to have a line going out the security gate trying to get the free fuel that Twisted talked about.
You're going to have all these different trucking companies lined up at the front gate. We want to buy fuel here at Prime.
Exactly. Swift's going to take out our security building. So you're causing all kinds of damage now.
Was
that a frog?
Yeah. I think it was. Has anyone heard that the South is trouble again? This hurricane season in the Gulf is really hot. Yeah, and I heard about the hurricane coming in. I think they said that it was going to hit Florida and Georgia again, if I remember right. But
Here's a good one. Don't live in Florida or Georgia.
yeah, stay out of Florida, people. Stay out of Florida. It's not hard.
We can't
Especially
talk
with
very
the
much. We
things that
get
they're doing with
tornadoes.
these, take your CDL away if you're behind on child support, or if you mess up your rent or whatever. Like Florida is not trying to help you. If they're taking away your driver's license because you're behind a day on child support or whatever, that's not a state that's trying to help you. How do you think you're going to pay that child support if they take your license away and you can't get to work no more? What, they think everyone lives across the street from their job or what?
They can walk.
They can walk. You know what I haven't heard in a long time? I don't want to jinx it. But what I have not heard in a long time is I have not heard a single student in about 5 to 6 months complain about their TNT trainer's truck being dirty or their TNT trainer not teaching them right. I haven't heard nothing bad. The one guy that said, "Hey man, my TNT trainer is horrible." I said, "Well, what's he doing?" He goes, "He's always making me back it in, and he's always making me do the paperwork." I said, "Bro, that's the best one you can have."
Honestly, probably the trucks might even still be dirty, just that the students aren't complaining because they actually have a TNT trainer instead of being at home.
That might be a valid point. What do you think, Tennessee?
I think that's a valid point. Or they finally cracked down and said, "Hey, you need to clean your truck."
Eh, I think that. I mean, they've always said it, but I mean that I don't think they've done any really more enforcement of it as much as what we've tried to get them to do. Still haven't done it.
Here's a question for primetime fits right here. It says, "Is there a lot of loads around Oklahoma?"
Quite a bit, actually. I mean, what
Bar
because
S.
Oklahoma, well, Bar S, Oklahoma ends up being in the meat belt. So you have there's quite a few different things. I know doesn't I think Flatbed actually has a few accounts there in Oklahoma. I know we deliver a lot
Yeah,
in Oklahoma.
we pick up out of Duke, Oklahoma, out of Broken Bow, Oklahoma, or Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. We deliver a lot down in that area too.
I mean, we also have for the reefer side because we'll actually pick up at the Michelin tire plant down in Ardmore. We'll actually pick up. We actually deliver. We actually put a lot of beer into Oklahoma because for the longest time, Oklahoma wouldn't allow anything higher than 5 point to actually be sold in Oklahoma. So whenever they lifted that law, we're actually having a lot of beer that actually gets or high point beer that actually gets delivered around the Oklahoma City area. I know that, and we have several Walmarts that we deliver to in Oklahoma, and then like Twisted said, we have Bar S out of Elk City, and there's quite a bit.
Does Prime pay fuel bonuses to company drivers? And Thomas, explain to us the what the rate is on that, bro. Like, how do they figure that?
You're asking me a question.
You just asked him a question about numbers.
I could say yes, we do get paid fuel bonus, but I can't explain how we get it.
Exactly.
Man, I'm just saying, for a while, man, I used to hear how y'all get great fuel bonuses because you said that the trailer was empty on the way up there. So I was expecting you to be like, yeah, it works out like this. Our fuel bonus, we get this much money for this percent or whatever.
Tennessee doesn't have enough
Okay,
fingers and toes to actually calculate all these fuel bonuses.
It's because he's from Tennessee. Just saying.
I mean, you're from Texas. What's your learning disability?
Bro, we have a lot of rocks and dirt and stuff that we can line up to figure that stuff out. I just don't have my abacus.
We got trees we can do that with, but
You got trees. See, I have California education, which I didn't learn crap.
Pegleg
I may-
says,
I may sound
speaking
smart,
as a
but that's
former
just
Swift driver, they
a
can't
facade.
find Prime when we were talking about them getting fuel there. They couldn't even
Well, they
find it.
could, because they've gotten lost over here before. It cost a couple of drivers actually. There's been a couple of Swift drivers that interrupted a test. So I mean, they found their way over here. Just that we need to try to keep them away.
Not too long ago, there was one going to the front gate of Prime. They actually made that turn where the trees are that goes around to the guard shack to get into the front of Prime. He made that turn and he could not get out of there. It was not pretty.
Yep, that's another notch for the Stevie Wonder Institute for Trucking. Mentioned Beard, Oklahoma. I'm sorry, I'm reading comments.
Yeah, I was trying to too.
I think we all three did the same thing. We squirreled on.
How's Warren doing? Is he still doing pad training? Yes, he is. He's still out there doing his thing, and he's great at it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you spelled his name wrong.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, well, I don't know that, Warren. The one I was talking about, like, I didn't read the name right, but the one I was talking about, he's doing great out there. I seen him today. Always looking fresh in his nice shoes. Always looking fresh. Way better than me wearing some shoes. I can't match my shoes up right. I mess that up all the time. Nice kenworth. My bad. I'm trying to get caught up here. When he's mentioning beer to Oklahoma, I was just about to ask it was a lightweight load.
No. No, not at all. Especially since Oklahoma really doesn't have a tandem law to where you can have your tandems basically almost all the way to the rear if you wanted to. Like, those things are heavy going into Oklahoma, especially if you pick up in St. Louis and bring it down.
Yeah, dude, I don't like beer loads, man. They want like, don't get me wrong, like I can understand doing best for your business, but I don't like getting my truck weighed before I go into a place, then getting the trailer weighed. Freaking moth in here, you see that, man? I gave him a good old judo chop right there to the throat. But anyways, I don't like how they have to weigh you empty, weigh your trailer, all that stuff, and then they try to max your weight out and say, hey, you're good, go. Like, it's too much. Just put on as much as you can and just go.
That's why I make sure that whenever I go into a beer load, that my truck is 100% fully fueled.
Yeah,
They will max you out.
I do the same thing. Do not ever go to a beer load empty. I swear to God, because you won't be able to get no more fuel in your truck, and you will not be happy.
Nope, I didn't make that mistake whenever my first year out. I went in there with just a little over a quarter of a tank, and I was had to go from where was it? Colorado to Colorado to Texas. No, Colorado to Arkansas, and I had to stop about every 100 miles because I couldn't let the fuel go over half the tank without it actually being maxed out.
Yeah. How about, hey, Tennessee flatbedder, do you have those loads where on the macro it tells you, hey, go into this place with half a tank of fuel because they like to load you heavy? Do y'all get that kind of stuff on flatbed?
We have a couple that are like that. On the load page, it says, also be sure if you can't hold the weight, don't go in.
Oh, you guys get a choice?
Pretty much. And it's out of Joplin. But I've never seen a Joplin load be overweight. I mean, I've only
See,
had
the problem
one
is you guys, I can understand where, I mean, the onion loads, I can imagine those being a little heavy. Also, if you guys ended up doing any kind of, I know there's sometimes they'll do potatoes, but the problem that we end up having is the fact that they'll load us to max, like especially if you go out to the potato farms, especially in Idaho, they'll put the conveyor belt right into the back of the trailer and just go. So I mean, like that ends up being a lot of varying weight whenever it comes to the reefer side.
We do have a couple of lumber companies down in Georgia that you go across their scale to make sure they didn't overstack you, because they try to push you as top at 80,000 gross. There's been a couple of times I've had to have them take off a stack because they just overgrossed it.
I get you. The problem is that whenever my issue that I normally have is whenever I'm not at gross, but I'm over either on the truck or the trailer, and the shipper wants to argue with me because, oh no, you're not at gross, so you could still run with it. No, sir.
Yeah, and we argue with them too on our on some of that lumber because they'll load it too heavy on the nose when they need to move it to the back. We do have a recycling place out of Kansas City that'll do that every now and then. Put too much on the nose of the trailer, and then when we start to, hey, we can't have that much on the front. They bitch, right. But they still put it back to the back, or they'll just take the bundle off completely. And that's the one we run down to southern Oklahoma, down to the paper recycling plant.
Yeah, paper ends up being a really bad one, even with us. Whenever we used to haul, because I've done 2 loads that were like that. It was basically paper pulp, which is these giant rolls of pulp that end up being stupid heavy.
I hate those loads.
Yeah.
Paper.
And plus going into the paper plant smells to high heaven. Like worse than a chicken plant.
Oh, yeah. So we get the cardboard bundles, and then after they load you, you're good until it starts raining, and that stuff soaks up water.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're told watch our scale runs.
Yeah.
We're told to run back roads when it rains.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because once we're loaded, there's nothing we can do unless we stop off and Prime pays to get it unloaded, and they still have to have permission to get it done.
You know what? I'm going to put it. I'll save you on that.
Roll all the water out.
I'll save you on that. I'm going to put in the suggestion box from now on. All cardboard loads must be tarped. What was that? Did you?
I didn't see crap.
Oh.
All cardboard loads must be tarped.
I still say we need to put a lot of those with nets on those because those cardboard loads shed all over the interstate.
Oh, so then you're going to lose weight anyway.
What's a net?
Not enough. It's like a tarp, but it's a net.
Oh, okay. I've never seen y'all use those.
No, we don't. You see them on those recyclable metal loads of cars stacked on top of each other. Those by DOT have to run nets on them.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them on stuff like that. I just never seen anyone use them at Prime.
Yeah, no, we don't use them.
What you doing tomorrow? You testing tomorrow?
Yeah, I've got 2 tests out in the morning. I've got my husband and wife duo testing out in the morning.
Primetime was testing out everybody today. I think he tested like 6 people this morning.
I don't know what you're talking about. I tested 2. I tested 2 today, and I tested 2 on Tuesday. And I'm about to try to check my paycheck to make sure they didn't put all of them on the 1 week, because that's not a good thing.
Hey, you're about to pay some taxes on that, bro.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to make sure that they didn't throw them all into this week. And if they did, I got to go talk to somebody and be like, yo, quit having Uncle Sam reach his hand in my pocket that deep.
Hey, does either one of y'all know when the trifecta bonus goes for the student side? When does that hit the card? Is it the first paycheck you get? Is it the day after they trifecta? Is it right when they
first paycheck they
their
get?
First paycheck.
First paycheck.
Yep.
Because I've had guys tell me, man, I got that thing the day I tested out. And I'm all like, really? And
then I've had guys out on the payday.
First payday. I don't understand it.
If they tested out, like, say, for instance, if they tested out like yesterday or today, then yeah, there's a possibility that they would actually get it like that same day.
See, remember that. Watch this in the comments. I got mine right away. First paycheck.
People on that poll.
I got the day I passed. I got the green card the second I passed. After you done a year contract, there's a dedicated run in Prime. What?
Huh?
I don't know. Read that comment. Primetime Fits.
Hold on.
Maybe you can. Or Tennessee Titan.
After you're done a year contract, is there a dedicated run? Oh,
read that.
After you're done with your year contract, are there dedicated runs in Prime?
You can get on a dedicated before your year contract, can't you? Well, I had students that done.
You can, but I mean, you have a better possibility of getting it afterwards.
Come on.
Oh, they tax.
There's all kinds of dedicated runs.
Bro, they be taxing on the 250, man. They taxing on it.
Yeah, it's income.
Yeah, I know. They need to find out a way to give it as a gift so you get the whole 250.
Yeah, it means Prime would have to come out of pocket. We know that ain't happening.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening. Look at that. Look at that. Tennessee always bringing a furry friend to the camera.
Yeah, he wanted to say hi. This is Kush.
It's a better looking face.
Well, you don't like Cricket's face?
I was gonna say the dog got a better face than Tennessee does.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I can go put my phone back in too.
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here because there's about to be somebody posting a video pretty soon, and I want to watch it. So, Tennessee Flatbedder is about to post his second video. Second, right?
Yep, second video.
So, hey, like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure y'all subscribe to Tennessee Flatbedder, and right down there, Primetime Fits. Man, I hope that these screens are exactly what I see, because I'm hoping that
you're
not pointing to the middle of nowhere.
This Primetime Fits, Tennessee Flatbedder. One more question. I seen one more question before I had to go. The floral only deliver flower loads. Not everybody delivers flower loads, but we're out of here. Like I said, we got to be up in the morning. There's about to be a video drop. It's about to be on my notifications over there on my phone, and we're out of here. Thank you, Primetime Fits, for stopping in.
Hey, appreciate it. Tune into Food Bar Friday tomorrow.
Yeah, Food Bar Friday tomorrow.
7 o'clock at night. Not in the morning. Not
And
that crazy.
Would that be PM or AM?
That would be PM 1900. So don't everybody start going on there at 7 a.m. and expect like me and Justin, whoever else we're going to have on there, to actually be up at 7 o'clock.
Oh, Justin loves being up in the AM, so I know it's going to be first thing in the morning.
There ain't
It's
no way
first
we
thing
get
in the
Justin.
morning, food bar, Friday at 7 a.m. in the morning. We're
I ain't
out.
getting Justin to do anything.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell. Get my latest lives. Get my newest videos. Also, in the description, there's a link to fill out an application and get my recruiter. My recruiter's good. Don't forget to drop that referral code, COXDJO. Also, my phone number is 41